Yeah, that's why I couldn't play no Steelers games yesterday. I'm not playing no game. I'm not coaching no games today. That's all right. Hopefully my game don't mess up like 7 times. Okay, league, stats and rewards. And you go over to in-season rewards, NFL record book. Rushing yards. For the season. Rushing yards, it's Eric Dickerson, 2,105. Why, what are you at right now? You already got the record for the Eagles receiver, Godard. You got 2,031 yards right now? Yeah.
Where do I see that?
In the freaking same thing I just told you. You go into league. Up on top, there's home, news, league.
Yeah.
Click on league.
Yeah.
And then go over to stats and rewards. Click on that, and then all the way over to NFL record book. And then go to season. Click L1. Click over to season, and then go down to receiving yards. Look at Eagles tight end 2024, 2,031 yards. You already broke the record. And then you broke the record in catches too, 150. That's what you get, 150 catches when you do the same play all the time. That's all good. I ain't tripping. Touchdowns in the seasons, Randy Moss at 23.
I see that.
So is there any 24s in there? You know it's me or you. In any kind of situation, in game, yards in a game, receiving yards in a game. In one game was 336 by W. Anderson, whoever that is, the Rams.
Willie Anderson, isn't it?
Willie Anderson, yeah, W. Anderson, wherever W is. So the record for most receiving yards in one game is 336. What about passing yards in a game? Where's passing? Oh, passing yards in the game. 554. Wow, I got pretty close. Because what's his name got freaking 498 that one game.
I had 470 something one game.
Mine is 498.
Yeah.
7 sacks in the game is record by Thomas. Touchdown catches in a game, 5. E-Shot. Rushing touchdowns in a game, Universe, Cardinals. 1930. Damn, that record hasn't been touched since 1930.
Wow.
Rushing touchdowns in a game, 6. That's what I'm going to do. I'm rush. A-Chan just seen it say he's getting 7 against the Ravens in this game. No, I'm just I'm down if I'll even score 7 touchdowns.
Yeah, I got 16.05 for Barkley for rush yards.
Wow, I missed the interception record by 1 because Holland, he had 3 interceptions in that last game.
Wow.
Twice. He got 7 interceptions so far for the season. Holland. Missed it by 1. Wow. All right, I'm ready to go, man.
No, what's it talking about? Let's do it.
I'm ready to do this and do it and then do it.
Lamar's waiting for you.
Shit. That's what I gotta do. Gotta control that fool.
Yep.
All right, here I go.
Good luck.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Talk to you later.
Right.
All right, later.
I caught you red-handed. It ain't mine. I should call it off of where we're standing. Cause girl, you and I don't wanna waste my time. Looking in your eyes, baby, I don't even see you. Running around like you don't even wanna be. I know the story, baby, I wanna confess you. I got one question. What would you do to you? Would you love you? Would you leave you out to dry? Would you lie, say that running don't cross your mind? And tell me, baby, would you drive you crazy? What would you do? What would you do to you? Knowing you set the whole damn house on fire. Knowing you wouldn't let you make it out alive. For you blame me, tell me that you hate me. What would you do? What would you do to you? And tell me honestly, if you practiced honesty, would you tell the world that you're everything I thought you'd be? Would you take you back? Would you cut you loose? If you were wearing these boots, baby, what would you do to you? Would you love you? Would you leave?
It's week 12 of the NFL, and we've got the Dolphins' creative quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the Dolphins and the Ravens on Sunday Night Primetime.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for one quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And able to get this out to the 25. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And some room to work. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They'll take that 14 yards on play number 1. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. They're going to look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Facing 4th down, Baltimore will punt. Jordan Stout out there. Back deep for Miami, Jalen Waddle. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Dolphin football. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 18. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Buying time to his left. That one complete down the field to Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 32 on the play.
As we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to pass. Tua. Flushed out right. And he will reach the 5 yards. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. They'll run, Achane. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles, and in a sense, become his own blocker. We don't have that guy in the game right now.
One more time with Achane. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
This has not been a fun sequence for him at all. First and goal, no gain. Second and goal, he ends up losing yardage. He may be trying to talk him into getting the ball third time, but I think it's going to be difficult for him to win that battle.
Two and now, third and goal. Steps away. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Tua Tagovailoa, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Ravens offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he continues to show off his ability to run the football when the opportunity is right. He is the NFL leader in rushing yards from the QB position. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. Two division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down? Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
Throwing on second and long. Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak that's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is we want to be the guys to end that streak, and what's working in their favor, the winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea. And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the first down.
A first down carry for Henry. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. From the gun, Jackson. Finding room at midfield. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Moore, the man in motion. Now it's Jackson. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 1. Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as the tackle made at the 31-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Henry running right. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Jalen Phillips make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
180.
They'll drop to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. Oh, that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Henry will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Now Lamar changing the play. Henry again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. The Miami defense trying to keep him out. They haven't let him in yet. Can they hold again here on 3rd and goal? Trying to punch it in with Henry. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
One word comes to mind to me after that last play, and that's alert. That defense took a chance guessing the snap count, and they were so right. Got great push up front, and that forces 4th and goal.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Tucker's kick is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 71 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Ravens offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams to defend in the red zone. You see the graphic. He's second in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a quarterback. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. In motion goes the tight end. Here's Jackson to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. To throw is Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. And he's got the hook up to Moore. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson will throw again. That one into the hands of Flowers. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Dolphins' 33-yard line.
Jackson. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
I like his awareness in the pocket there. Nowhere to go with the football. So instead of forcing it to the sideline, he's just going to put this one into the harbor and live to fight another down without getting wet.
So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. Tucker's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it. And he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
At their own 30-yard line.
Tua, the final shot before half. And going deep for Hill. And this is taken in at the 5. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville. At home, Trevor Lawrence, strong in the victory as his guys move to 9-3 now on the year. From there, we'll skip over to Louisiana to check in on the Saints at home in New Orleans. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Josh Allen, excellent in the victory as his guys pushed their record up to 8-3 on the year. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Washington Commanders. Both teams going back through their game plans, making their final halftime adjustments. And for the call of the second half, we go back up to Baltimore and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the...
This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Sanders on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Jason Sanders, the kickoff for Miami.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and Derrick Henry set to take over once more. We show you the NFL leaders in rushing touchdowns. You can see where he's right up there amongst the league's best at finding the end zone. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome, a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
A check down here for Henry. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, Alpha, sit high. Sit high.
They go play action now. Jackson. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. That time Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now. And if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
A chance for Waddle on the return. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa headed back out onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Holding offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
A run straight ahead with Achane. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a third down and long.
In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early.
Ball start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield. But he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Now Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Now he's loose at the 40.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Rashad Bateman, 70 yards. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Return up past the 30. And he takes it all the way across the 40 before going out of bounds. Return team. So that will push him back.
And now we know why I have a little extra space to run, don't we? An illegal block in the back. That penalty will move them back.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Hand off to Achane to begin the drive. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That good for 22 and a first down.
All right, come on.
The 2 is going to change things up. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there, because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
We're in Baltimore, 3rd quarter action, 2nd and 10. Up the middle, Achane. There he goes, left side. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane. That's his 18th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is up to 15 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Devon Achane who finished things off with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The former Minnesota Golden Gopher Rashad Bateman leading this offense back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Henry again on 2nd down. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Waddle now to return it. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dolphins offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. He continues to be a thorn in the side of this defense. That last catch going to put him over 200 yards receiving now for the ball game. Back now in Baltimore. It's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. Tua sets up to pass it. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 53 yards. And the Dolphins add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And after all those wins that they've reeled off, it seems that they finally have met their match in a big fourth quarter hole. But still, what a run it's been. It feels like they have not lost in forever. That's going deep for Bateman. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Now it's Jackson. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Throwing is Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Ball on the 40 now. Here's second and a couple. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Jackson now. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 29-yard line. To throw again is Jackson, being chased out left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. They go play action with Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And Andrews going to have a Ravens first down as he's down inside the 15. Over the middle, it's complete. And the Ravens are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Cam Smith. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Now we get Tyreek Hill and the rest of the Miami offense back out there. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him? Bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Tua going to throw. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. So from the 26-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 4. On the handoff, it's Achane. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain. They get to the line. They'll run for it with Achane. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Now a timeout called for by the offense as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Now it looks like he'll throw here. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Go ahead. Ready.
Now Tua. A quick hitter complete. It's Hill. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So he stopped for no gain. And it'll be 2nd and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal. Back to the ground, Achane. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
You're right here.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5. Sanders now to add the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, and with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about...
Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things. But these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again, and who knows, you may meet up with this team again. Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Miami, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they go down to defeat for just the second time in 11 games so far. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
bring them out, bring them out, bring them out, bring them out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey. Bring them out, bring them out. Yeah. Bring them out, bring them out. Hey. Bring them out, bring them out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. Both feds in the state wanna see by me. The whole city got pissed, heard he got 3. That other rapper got it, but shouted he not out. Who set the city on fire soon as he got free? The king back now, don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, hit. Boy, I sat down, still ballin', money stacked tall in the shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All my hot girls yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All the dope boys yelling, bring them out, bring them out. Front the back gate yelling, bring them out, bring them out. To get with other southern rapper hooded than this. I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique. You be rapping by I'm moving the bricks. Talk about now we're doing it, prick. You in the face, you gon' be suing me quick. If I catch another case, I know it truly be missed. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I caught the chromed out, hard top career with a shine. I got some time, they ain't I get better with time. Who got a flow and a live show better than mine? I got a packed house yelling, bring them out, bring them out. I'm a hot girl yelling, bring them out. Bring them out, bring them out. Front the back gate yelling, bring them out, bring them out. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. You wanna beef with the king, what is you gon' do? When you show up on the scene, what it drew on you and your friend and play a little 2-on-2. If you do half of what I do, you'll be hitting the deck. I got to get some respect. I'ma make it hard for another sucker to flex. Show him this ain't the squad or a sucker to test. Pimp, my too large and we way too fresh. Work well with they quick to check a lane like a game of chess. You wanna be better, bring your best. Cause we be standing in your front yard yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All my hot girls yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All the dope boys yelling, bring them out, bring them out. Front the back gate yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All the front yard yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All my hot girls yelling, bring them out, bring them out. All the dope boys yelling, bring them out, bring them out. Front the back gate yelling, bring them out, bring them out. Oh! Bring them out, 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 bring them out. You just heard the sound of the king of the South, T.I. I go by the name of Swiss Beast the Monster. Bring them out, 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 bring them out.
Yeah, thinking that it happened overnight, it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, they timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, cause they timid. Look, wait. I got people trying to wish and pray that I'ma fall about it. All about it till we spoke in person, don't wanna talk about it now, huh? Oh, you sound tough, toying with them, don't get wound up. How you wound up, another number in the round up. Put the town up, I built this thing up from the ground up. And if I bounce up, I get my crown stuck. Green light go, got the east side flow. I'm a giant in the space like FIFA4. All the kids sing along like E-I-O. Every time when they see my shows. Thinking that it happened overnight, yeah, it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, they timid. Thinking that it happened overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark but they don't bite, cause I'm timid. Look,
esto es talento mi favor and you got no skill. I got drive, baby, ustedes son roadkill. Yeah, ya te dije, no están en mi carta perder. De pequeño estoy ungido, baby, ese es mi flex. No me dieron nada por lo mío, José. 360 ese deal, man, I couldn't be me. Pa' mi frequency, te frequently. Matando esto con sabor y efficiency. No gasto tiempo, waste no time, not my money.
happen overnight, but it didn't. In it for the long haul flight, I'm committed. Wanted me to fail out of spite, but I didn't. All bark, but they don't bite, cause they timid. Look, wait.
Troy Green.
That's how I be happening. This for all my not abandoned. For my ladies on stage, they clapping. Transaction, cause your mama need a mansion. Get crackin', put them in the. Can't forget the yellow brother in. Shed so many tears, lost 100 friends. Every time I see them, I'ma need that. Believe that. Label tryna give me feedback, tell me bring the streets back. Fans said they want 2015 Vince. Drop big fish, cuz been weeks since. Damn. Tell me how you really feel. Yeah. All I wanted was a couple mil. Make the city proud. Put it down for them. Come and tear it down. What are you about? In the ghetto, I'm a Martian. Crash landing. In the dirty apartments. Stay shining. I'll forever be the hardest. Big time. Like the New Orleans. Real shine. Like the women know you. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Where they at? Money growing on trees, hanging on palms, spilling, code 304, she don't want a 16, renegade on up, make it, buy a tree, no love, I'ma sleep with my Porsche 911, slide through the section, gotta show my homies I'm on now, both souls on the ground, never sold out, what you know about
That's all we need, you understand what I'm saying?
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got the Dolphins' speedy running back. He's the NFL's ultimate red zone back and your leader in rushing touchdowns. It's the Dolphins and the Bills on
Welcome
EA
in, everyone,
Sports.
to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Two teams in this one going in the right direction. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. Greg, both these squads come in off winning streaks. Something's going to have to give, but you love having that momentum coming into a game like this.
And absolutely right, Mike. And on top of it, if you're the home team today playing in front of your home crowd, not only are you coming off this win streak and bringing this momentum into another home game, but you get the energy, you get the excitement of your crowd who's also riding this wave of winning football. But on the other side... hungry. road team that's looking in saying, all right. Take us serious today. We're going to try to extend our winning streak of our own and get back onto this plane and go home with another win under our belt.
Here he is, Tyreek Hill back to return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
Here we have a guy, Mike, just really coming off a tremendous outing last week. It seemed like everything was working for him in that win. The early rhythm he was able to establish, he rode that to the final whistle. They had an answer for everything the defense threw at him, and if he continues to stay one step ahead and continues to protect the ball at this rate, there's going to be a hard group to beat.
Love to start any drive like that. 18 on the first play, and a first down. Now the former Texas A&M Aggie, here's Devon Achane. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down. They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down by a couple of yards as they convert on 3rd and 3. Once again, it's Achane. Good running inside the 25. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a touchdown. But I don't think he knows yet that this one is coming back.
Offense.
So a costly penalty here. It wipes away the touchdown.
Still first down.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's to the outside. He's got Smith. And he's out of bounds, but not until he gets inside the 25-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down. Throwing is Tua. To the outside, he's got Waddle. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Tua, give it to Achane. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of...
Where a defender makes his tackles tells you a lot about his abilities. And for an interior defensive lineman, Mike, to make plays on the outside of the formation just speaks to his speed, his effort, his ability to run down the line. And we saw it here, and he takes the back down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. A shotgun snap for Tua. He keeps it himself. He is in. Tua Tagovailoa. quick way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Buffalo offense set to go to work for the first time. They'll be led by the big fella, 6'5" quarterback Josh Allen.
There wasn't really anything fancy about their performance in last week's win, Mike. I mean, he had the one interception. He would clearly like to have that one back. But for the most part, I thought he did a nice job keeping the ball out of harm's way. However, it's clear after reviewing the film, he left a lot of opportunities out there. I think there was a lot of meat left on that bone. The 2 touchdown passes, those were great. If he's going to continue to lead his team to more wins in the future, he has to do a better job identifying those mismatches, finding those opportunities, and when they present themselves, he's got to take it.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Allen. This one caught by Khalil Shakir. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Allen, gonna give it to Cook. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Allen. He's got his man, that's Coleman. 18 yards on the connection. Good for a Bills first down. From the gun, Josh Allen. That is intercepted. Picked by the rookie from Arkansas. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
Ready, shot? Get on!
Here's a give to Achane. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. So after one, it's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we're back to South Florida after this. Here's a 2nd and 6.
Go ahead.
They'll toss it here to Achane. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Here's 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Tua. He gets that to his tight end, Smith. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
They face second down and 7. They'll stay on the ground with Achane, and he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Throwing on third down, Tungo Vailoa. And that is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So the lead is now 10-0 as this kicks away. Here comes a return from the 5. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. They'll go play action here with Allen. In trouble, and down he goes. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throwing is Allen. That's taken in. It's James Cook. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield.
Alert, alert, alert!
First down, Bill.
On 1st down, it's Allen. He gets this to the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day 1 install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. He gains nothing.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hands, and results in a completion. The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
They're going on 4th, and he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush, and it will lead to a turnover on downs.
So the key to this 4th down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, you shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge 4th down stop.
He's going to look deep for Tyreek. That one incomplete. They can't hook up there, and that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
44. Ready.
Now it's Tua. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. That's Greg Rousseau in there for the sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get to the backfield and bring him down.
Already closing in on 100 yards receiving in the first half. That one picks up a first down. Tua. This is intercepted. Picked off by Taron Johnson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but quite a turn of events here. He has set up the offense with 1st and goal.
So often, Mike, defenders are just happy the ball ends up in his hands, but not this guy. I mean, the catch was one thing, but then the party really got started. I mean, look at this return. He gets one block. He gets another. He's got teammates springing him all over the field, and this offense is lucky. This didn't go all the way back for a pick 6.
The Bills going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime. They'll run with Cook, and he will fight his way to the end zone. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. His 6th touchdown now for the season. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone first.
Not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Tyreek Hill getting ready for this next drive along with the rest of the Miami offense. And he's been as involved as anyone in the league in the middle part of the season. The NFL leader in receiving yards to this point. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Tua. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Ready.
Here's Tua now. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. 3rd and long. Here's Tua. Sending it deep for Waddle.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
That's fielded at about the 18. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Bills offense going to get it one final time in this first half. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're 2nd as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. Here's Allen. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes. So we hit halftime here in South Florida, and the Dolphins are in the lead. As we head north to Orlando, he's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll begin with as good a rivalry as there's been the last decade or so. Baltimore playing host to their AFC North rivals, Pittsburgh. And it's the Ravens out in front as that game moves towards halftime. Zay Flowers with a touchdown catch from Lamar Jackson. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Brock Purdy with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. J.J. McCarthy and Justin Jefferson. J.J. to J.J. hooking up on a touchdown pass. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break. Both these teams running through their final adjustments. It's time for the second half. And for the call, let's get it back out to Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up, 3 points, all that separates these two sides as half number 2 kicks off. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Bills offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start out first down and 10. Here's Allen to throw. That is downfield into the hands of Keon Coleman. That catch number 40 on the season for him. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's second and 2. In motion, Shakir. To throw is Allen. That's taken in by Shakir. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Allen going to throw again. He'll go right and find his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's second and 6. Again, it's Allen to the air. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with first and goal. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. Throwing again, it's Allen. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
A design run here for Allen. He'll take this one down to the 8-yard line. This is the 8th play of this drive, and it's 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Allen. This one caught at the 4. Some determined running, but they're going to stop him short of the goal line. So a field goal here would tie the game. The kicking unit stays on the sideline. They're going to go for it on 4th down. This is going to be caught for a touchdown. But there is a marker down, and you can tell they know this is coming back.
Holding, offense.
So holding is the call. And take that touchdown off the board. On 4th down, Tyler Bass now for the Bills field goal. Officially a 29-yard attempt. Bass's kick is good. And the Bills will level the score at 10 apiece.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive. But when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up. And they were able to do that here.
All level at 10 as this one's kicked off. A safe kick taken at the 5. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Dolphins offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And they'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
The ability to be effective on 1st down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a 3rd down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On the handoff, this is Achane. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Matt Milano there to stop him. 2nd and 7.
Ready. At the 43-yard line.
On the ground is Achane. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
That's caught by Smith on the right side. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down. They'll run this one straight ahead with Achane. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
All right, let's go.
So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
Get set.
On the carry, here's Achane. The speed on display. He's in. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Dolphins. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the 4th quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins go up by 7. It is now 17-10. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he's going to have a Bills first down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line. Once again, it's Cook. And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
And he will wiggle his way forward for a gain of a couple. Big play coming up. This is third down. Out of the gun, here's Allen. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. That is taken at the 10. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive team. In a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line.
And what's that one thing you hear from coaches all the time, Mike, right? Finish strong, and he's doing just that. His numbers here in this one, they have been terrific. But he's going to give you a full 4 quarters, and I think at this point in the game, he knows there's even more yards to be had.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Here's Achane. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down. Now Tua. He'll try to run for it.
Good awareness there on third down. He's thinking there's nothing there, tuck it, and head for the sticks. He's able to get the first down himself, avoid any big contact, and the biggest thing is he keeps the drive alive.
And he kept that play alive as long as he could, but the rush eventually gets to him and takes him down.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
On second down, Achane. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. On third down, they'll go with Achane. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That is a worrisome development here late in the game. Punt team headed out for the Dolphins as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Bills offense getting set to get back to work. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. In motion, Shakir. They'll drop to throw. And that would be the dagger. It's intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. A run up the middle with Achane. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up third down.
Ready.
Now Achane. And he will get into the end zone. Come on, Achane. Touchdown, Miami. That is 2nd touchdown of the game. He's got 20 on the year. And this spectacular season continues. Now his 20th rushing touchdown on the year, a number very few backs have reached in the history of the NFL. The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins move out to a 24-10 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Samuel going to see what he can do. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice. They'll come up for 1st and 10. Cooper going in motion. They'll throw on 1st down with Allen. That's over the middle, taken in by Cooper. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the gun, Josh Allen. He's got his man. That's Kincaid. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They'll need to score and do it quickly. Still 1 timeout left. Final minute, 1st and 10. In middle, he's got to complete to Coleman. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Amari Cooper was the man he was looking for, and it's going to be 3rd down. To throw again, it's Allen. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. The Bills going to use their final timeout here. And they'll stop it with a little over 30 left in the game. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts. And they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining on the clock. Here's second down. Now Allen. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. So a win here for the Dolphins. And this long winning streak showing no signs of slowing down. They put one more in the win column with yet another solid performance here. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Dolphins, home winners here as we say farewell from South Florida.